Luka Doncic entering this year's NBA Finals, he was the talk of the town, the biggest superstar in the world, and poised at the crown as the best player in the NBA. Now, despite Luka having a great postseason, it only took one bad game for the entire media to flip on him and change their tune.
I'm standing here in the Mavericks tunnel. Over there is the Celtics tunnel. That's where the winners are. If Luka's ever going to be a winner coming out of this tunnel here, he is going to have to use what's happened in this finals as a learning experience. His defensive performance is unacceptable. He is a hole on the court. The Celtics are attacking him. They are ahead in this series because they have attacked him defensively.
Has Luka hurt his stock in these finals?
Hell yeah, he has.
His performance in this game is unacceptable, and the reason why the Mavericks are not going to win. He's got to get over this. And the fact that he came out after the game and blamed the officials showed me he's nowhere close yet.
So stopping right there, listening to Perkins and Windhorst, it once again proves how fickle the media is. Because one day when it's beneficial, they'll prop you up, give you credit for the clicks and the views. But the next day, they'll tear you down for those same clicks and views. And looking at Windhorst specifically, that rant seemed a tad bit personal. I mean, saying Luka, he's not a winner, he's not standing over there with Boston, he's the reason they're not winning this series. That seemed like a tad bit over the line. Now look, Luka's game 3 on defense, his body language, I can't defend that. It was a pretty bad Luka game.
Holiday, the rebound, shot clock did not reset. Horford a 3, in and out. Holiday rips down a rebound, back up.
And looking at Luka in these finals, I wouldn't say he's been drastically worse on defense than in past series. Maybe more fans are watching Luka play, watch Dallas play, that's why he's getting more flack. But I think Luka's overall defense, from round 1 to the finals, it's been pretty consistent. He's not some great defender, all-defensive member, but he's average, slightly above average, and then other nights below average. Now, the biggest problem for Dallas in this series, it's not been Luka Doncic or his defense. It's been the Dallas offense outside of Luka. I mean, look at Game 1. Didn't crack 90 points. Game 2, 98, and Game 3, 99. And it's a double-edged sword. Dallas' role players the first 3 games, they didn't show up. But also, Boston's defense, they're elite. And when you have Jrue Holiday, Derek White, Tatum, Brown, Horford, even Tillman, showing Luka bodies being physical with him, that takes its toll. And really the entire playoffs long, what's been Dallas' recipe to winning games and winning series? Luka plays fantastic, and Kyrie also gets 25 to 30 points and plays pretty phenomenal. Kyrie in the first 2 games, 12 points, 16 points on sub 40% shooting. The only way Dallas can win this series is if Kyrie, Luka, and one of their role players steps up and plays fantastic. And looking back at the Brian Windhorst comments, I can't help but be a little bit nervous this dude woke up the monster that is Luka Doncic. As looking at Game 4, just the first half, an offensive masterclass, and defensively, he was pretty damn good. 25 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, 55% shooting with a plus 21. And here's the crazy thing, Dallas' starters outside of Luka, 7 of 18 shooting, and the Mavs still were up by 26 points. Like I've said time and time again for this series, the majority of these games will be decided in the first half or even the first quarter. And much like Game 1 in Boston, Dallas in this game set the tone from the jump. And luckily for Mavs fans, Luka Doncic, the best first quarter scorer in the entire NBA. And for all the critics of Luka's defense in Game 3, taking a dump on him, it's a referendum on his career. In Game 4, give this dude props, he put a complete 180 and was locked in on that end of the floor.
He comes out in a flurry in the first quarter in the next game. Shot clock at 5. Well defended there.
And everything is in the paint right now
For Dallas. Holiday goes right at Doncic, lost it.
Celtics offensive players versus Luka in Game 3 shot an abysmal 2 of 11. and Sam Hauser was the only player Luka guarded who scored a single field goal on him in this game. And looking at Jrue Holiday, who Luka guarded predominantly, this dude had 4 turnovers with Doncic guarding him. And again, to make a larger point, Luka's defense in this series and the entire postseason, it's been pretty average. Game 3 was bad, but it's not your typical Luka defensive game on a nightly basis. And one more thing I do want to add about Windhorst, it feels like this dude's kind of been sitting back in the grass, waiting to attack, and for Luka and the Mavericks to finally fail. As his energy after Game 3, it wasn't present in the first round versus the Clippers, versus OKC, and certainly not versus the Timberwolves. It seems like Windhorst led the anti-Luka crowd. They were waiting patiently ever so quietly to pounce when Dallas finally got down in a series. And to somehow blame Luka as the culprit for Dallas not being up in this series, it not being a 3-1 or a 2-2 series, I don't really understand that angle of attack.
To act like Luka's defense is the reason the Celtics are down the Mavs down 3-0. He's not a great defender. He's trying, but to act like he's the reason they're down 3-0, that's total BS in my opinion. These other guys, Kyrie finally had a good game. Luka's actually played 3 pretty good games, but the other guys have not stepped up. But for this dude to ask that question to Luka and to Jason, like, well, Luka's defense the reason, first of all, Luka's the only reason y'all in the finals. Let's get that out the way. That pissed me off.
So Chuck right there I think is spot on. If you think Luka is the reason Dallas is down in this series, you're not watching basketball or you're watching the games with a certain agenda in mind. As like I've said time and time again, Luka's defense from the first round to the second round to the West Finals, now to the NBA Finals, it's been pretty steady and pretty average. And people in the media like Perkins, like a Windhorst, despite Luka's average defense, were ready to crown him as the best player in the NBA. So I ask you guys, just be consistent. Now, looking at Luka's offensive game, this dude after losses is one of the best players you'll ever see. First round versus the Clippers after a loss, 32 points. Game 5 after losing Game 4, 35 points to go up 3-2. Oklahoma City Game 2, 29 points, 10 boards, 7 assists. Game 5, another pivotal game to go up 3-2, a 35-point triple-double. And then of course versus Minnesota, the only game they lost, coming into Game 5. 36 points, 25 of which were in the first half in a blowout. It's going to be hard for Dallas to win 4 straight games, that's undeniable. But I think Windhorst after Game 3 woke up a sleeping giant that is Luka Doncic. So that right there is the end of the video. As always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.